Let's see. Baby, how you doing? Hope that you're fine. Wanna know what you got in mind tonight. Got me feeling like you to see, girl. I can't leave you some. Hey, everybody. All right, you
Hey,
already
hey,
know.
Alma.
Ready. Not you vibing over there, though. Hey, you already know. DJ Kels and, well, it's just Los tonight. I mean, not saying you're not a friend.
Nah, I smell like family. I get it. It's all right.
Anywho, we gonna get the people. We gonna get the people time to get in here. Whether you're watching from Facebook tonight or whether you are watching from YouTube tonight, we want to thank y'all for watching and all that good stuff. We're trying to give our people a little time to get in here. Tonight, we are coming from the subject of can you be friends with the ex lover? We're going to dig into that a little deeper a little later. But I know it's a topic that a lot of people discuss in barbershops and salons, but we're going to talk about it tonight on the show. Now, if you've been following our flyers, you know that I was supposed to have a secret guest. Unfortunately, they did have to work. No, I'm joking. But they really did have to work. Um, but we will revisit them and have them on a little later. But I am actually, once we dig into the topic of it, I'm actually going to share probably some things that they would have shared. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so there's that. Now let's get into some hot topics, Carlos. All right. So first off, let's go with. You know what? I'm not even going to be that messy this week. We're not going to do a lot of celebrity gossip this week. To be completely honest with y'all, I'm going to start with a show me and Carlos both fell in love with.
Yes.
Last
Oh
week,
yeah.
Queens wrapped with their season finale. And look, I'm not going to tell the whole storyline because I really encourage you guys to watch it, get on Hulu, whatever. Watch it from beginning to end. It is one of those it's one where it's like there's drama, but there's drama, there's action, there's comedy, there's sisterhood and camaraderie. So you really want to, if you have not seen, and listen, I'm not a big like sit and watch TV and sit and watch series type of person, but I literally was glued like every week. I'm like, Carlos, did you watch it? Okay, don't tell me about it. Like we was like legit into it, like. And if you love music, if you're a music person, like, come on, we got Brandy and Eve. That's all you really need to know.
Right.
Like, and to see Brandy, now y'all know Brandy Vocal Bible. To see her portray a rapper and really, she really embodied that role. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, girl. We're trying to warn you before you watch it because she does that a lot. But she really embodied her role though. So, and y'all know I love Eve. I love me some Eve. And there are some scenes where it's like, Eve's character's name is Brianna. There are some times where I think Brianna has left the building and like we getting EVE,
Yeah,
like
for real.
Rough
Yeah.
Rider Eve. Like I think she forgot she was acting Eve. So it's some good because there's a scene, and I ain't trying to tell the whole thing, but you gotta watch it. There's a scene where we see Brandy's character and Eve's character, and they like have this rap battle, and baby, whew, the claws were off. So yeah, definitely dig into Queens if you have not already. Hey everybody, hey, I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave. Hey everybody that's getting on. Also too, so if you have seen Queens, let us know your thoughts on it. And like I said, if you have not, you really had to check it out. But watch it from beginning to end. It's a great series. Carlos, what are you over there doing?
I was drinking.
Los,
My drink.
Los over there building a house or something. Anyway, in a more celebrity kind of news, we have dun, 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 the end of an era, you guys. Wendy
Thank
Williams
God.
on TV. Oh my God. Can we get the thing out? Wendy Williams on TV, 14 seasons, 14 years of this, you guys. It's going to be replaced with Sherry Shepherd is actually getting her own show. title after herself in that slot, but it is the end of an era. And regardless of how, your personal feelings are of Wendy, we have to say she has made history in the way that she dominated radio and she came over and she was dominating TV. Now,
That's messy.
y'all let me know in the comment section how you feel about the Wendy Williams show coming to an end. 14 seasons of it. A lot of celebrities have reached out saying that, they wish it could have been on a higher note, her and her own, doing it on her own, saying like, this is, I want to retire versus kind of being forced into a retirement. But also plot twist, there is an account on Instagram or Twitter one where she messaged out or had someone from her team message out and basically said that she did not authorize this move. So it might get a little messy. It might not be as cut and dry as the producers may have thought. Yeah, I saw that on the shade room right before we got on. So it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. But on the flip side, I am really happy for Sherry Shepherd. I feel like she's often been overlooked. Like when she was on The View and things like that. I feel like, shout outs to like Ricky Smiley, who really took her under his wings with his shows and his productions and the morning shows and things of the sort. But I feel like this is really her time to shine. I think out of all the people who co-hosted for Wendy, I feel as if Sherry did the best job. She was genuine. She's funny. She's funny, but she makes you think. I think that she's a great fit, and I would watch Sherry Shepherd show. I hate to say it, I would watch it before I would watch Wendy. She's not as yikes, messy. As Carlos has stated, messy. Listen, I was trying to let our people get on here. I didn't come with a lot of hot topics because I wanted to really dig into it. I also too. Let me make sure I got this queued up on this. Y'all have like 4 different screens going on over here. I got a lot going on over here. But I do want to, because I didn't. What's she? Y'all gotta watch Lowe's. He up to something sneaky. Anytime you got a little, well, never mind. I know that green. Can you not text on the job, sir? Anyway, so you're so annoying. All right, so. I want to also send out a happy birthday to my little cousin. So what I want y'all to do right now is I want y'all to make sure you go to all of your music platforms and make sure that you are on and follow Young Slat. That's my cousin Ashton. Happy birthday. This is my way to say happy birthday because I definitely didn't do it on social media yet. So yikes. But y'all make sure y'all are following him. You see it right there, Young Slat. Make sure y'all are following him. He gives you like a Travis Scott kind of vibe without people dying in concerts. Right? Yeah. No shade. Y'all, okay, let me just be honest on the show right quick before we go any further with the show. Carlos, y'all see Carlos tonight? Y'all see him? Come on, comment section. Y'all see Lowe's tonight? Lowe's has been bitten by the love bug, y'all, and he got like this super duper glow, and he's like, I don't know, like the boy, like he can't focus or something. Look at him, look at him, everybody. He got this. You do have a glow. Look at you, your forehead shining and everything. Look at you, you're glowing. Look at him. Look, like people are looking and they're seeing the same glow that I'm seeing. Oh, it's so cute.
All I'm gonna say is y'all answered prayer.
I'm gonna start to my water. I wasn't prepared for you to say that. Hey, that's from the other show. We talked about that last show. Look at God. That's literally what she told the McNeils were talking about. And that's how she addressed his I'm knocking on my microphone. That's how she y'all know I talk with my hands. That's how she addressed his Valentine's card. Remember?
Oh yes, yes, that was so sweet.
About that too. Kayla and Dalton talked about it too, and so did Whitley and Shaq. Look, we just confirmed.
I'm telling y'all need to pray before y'all seek relationships. Okay. Some of y'all
Well, you're
won't be
supposed
in that
to, you're supposed to
pussy.
pray before you seek and find and all that stuff. So you just knocked and the door
Hey,
was open
man.
unto you. Huh? Not you got your whole crew on here
Hey, got
tonight.
my little fan club.
Hey.
Like, hey.
Okay, first of all, Los, this is DJ Kels and friends, nigga. You was the and friend. I throw him out of here from time to time. People be thinking I'm being mean to him, but I have to put him in check from time to time. All right, y'all, listen. We're going to just dig right on into our subject tonight. I was trying to get the people time to get on. Last week, I gave them some slack because I know they was trying to watch that boring ass verses. Excuse my language. Because I already knew it was going to. I love Music Soul Child and I love Anthony Hamilton. But you ain't going to tell me that y'all sat through that whole thing. You didn't even have to tell me it was going to be boring to let me know it was going to be boring.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the
Like,
replay. That was when I was like,
I just watch little clips. But I mean, I love both artists. I mean, I respect their music. I literally listen to both artists like in various playlists throughout the day. Love both of them. Sing them in the shower. But I ain't trying to watch that on Versus. So for those of you who watch that on Versus and you actually sat through the whole thing, kudos to you. It just sound like fried chicken and collard greens.
not fried chicken and
When
collard
you think of
greens.
Anthony Hamilton, do you not think of that? Do you not think
Yeah.
like cornbread and like he literally had an album called like Cornbread Watermelon something country like that? It was called like Watermelon something. I promise you, the one with Charlene on it. Look it up, Carlos. Don't be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm gonna look it up. You eggy. Anywho, all right. So here's a question for the night, and I'm asking y'all in the comment section. Serious note: can you be friends with an ex? Comment section and go. Can you be friends with an ex? Now, I'm gonna give you my experiences and my thoughts. I'm gonna let Los go first tonight before I weigh in. Not the face. Can you? Okay, so can you be
All right.
friends with an ex?
I can speak on both sides. Like, I can say
I feel like
yes,
I
and I
can
can
speak
also
on
say
both sides.
no. Um, we'll
I
start
feel
with
the
the yes
same.
first. Well,
Yeah, let's
no,
go
we'll
with the
start with
yes.
the no. Okay.
Your
So,
mama said yes.
yeah, because I mean, they have a good relationship. So, um, with the yes, yeah, because the way that that relationship ended, we both realized that we were better as friends. So, that's like one of my best friends,
Okay,
you know?
question.
Hmm.
With that relationship, where you realize you were better as friends, and you feel as if this person is like a best friend. Did you start as a friendship and it developed into a relationship, or was it a relationship first that now is a friendship? Hey, hey, everybody getting on?
It was a little bit of both because it was like we started out as a relationship, then for
Oh, y'all
about
started out
2 years,
like this little baby song I was playing earlier. Y'all started out as
yeah,
best friends.
aggravated. Like for 2 years, we were like strictly just best friends. Then 3 years, we dated. And we realized that once again, that relationship was better as just friends, you know. So it was kind of a little bit both. Um, Now let's get into this no. So, with
Now
this
we okay.
no,
Oh wait, for those of you who are just getting on, because we got some new viewers that are coming on. For those of you who are getting on, I'm asking you too. I'm asking everybody watching now. If I see 3 people watching, I need to see 3 results. If I see 15 people watching, I need to see 15 results, and we can see you watching. So I
right.
don't care if you're watching through YouTube or through Facebook. I want to know: can you still be friends with an ex? And I'm gonna go as far as to ask the comment section why. Los, tell me your no story. You didn't tell us your yes story. Now give us your no. Well, you ain't got to get a whole story.
So, yeah, we don't get the whole story. Y'all ain't ready for that? That's a whole show. So,
That's a whole show. That's a series. Like you might can take a whole
a
month on that one.
series. Yeah. So, not serious on here. How to move?
Wait, I don't know. Well, let me stop because I don't
So,
know if we're talking about the same thing. So let me.
oh yeah, I'm sure we are. So,
Sure, we're not.
um, so as far as the no, um the reason I would say no is because of the way that things ended. Like we actually started out as friends as well, but it kind of took a turn and turned into a relationship.
Okay.
So that relationship, I will say, was definitely one of my most toxic relationships. Dealt with a lot of things that I would with that I said I would never deal with. Y'all stop saying what you gonna never deal with, because somebody gonna make you deal with it.
Just don't
So
say never. Just don't.
yeah,
Just throw
don't
that
say
out your
never.
vocabulary.
So we tried to be friends, and I was literally there like defending them because they was doing a lot, and a lot of people had a lot to say, but I was one of the ones that was defending them. I wasn't really trying to be negative or anything. Even through what I went through with that relationship, I tried to put my best foot forward and try to have a friendship. But then we're just gonna say it. They watched a couple of the shows and
Oh,
started
yikes.
making comments and text me about it, and I thought it was done there. And then after
So
we
wait,
had a
well, so
conversation,
so you were y'all had already ended the relationship. You at this point in time, you've become somewhat a friends, acquaintance, whatever. You were building a friendship, or you were
yeah,
friends building a
yeah,
friendship.
it was like even like right after, I'll say even like right after the relationship, I tried to be friends with them then, and shortly after they got into a relationship, so I was like, all right, we're just gonna put that off, to the side, because I felt like if we're gonna have this friendship, we need to have complete open communication. So then weeks later, months later, we attempt this friendship again. And like I said, they watched the show, they came to me, we had a conversation about it. Then they started making comments about it. And at that point, I feel like you don't have my best interest. At that point, you're I don't know what word I want to use, but like at that point, it kind of hurt my feelings because like again, like I said, I was defending you pretty much against your own family, against your own friends, and
So
you
you feel
out
like you
here
were
trying to
being
run me
a
through the
friend
mud.
to them, but maybe they were not being a friend to you. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, exactly.
Well, I'll
I
say
was
this.
like,
I, I hope that maybe in future tense that you guys can have an adult conversation and without people in without outside influence. Because I personally, because I know what this, just for being DJ Kels and friends for the watchers here, because sometimes I get lost. I'm like, oh yeah, like me and Lush just having a conversation. I'll be forgetting y'all watching. So for the viewers, just giving y'all a little like a not a backstory, but I hope that. Sorry, I read a comment and it threw. Because she said
right.
it's funny because it's like
Whew.
she knows I'm going, and she was like, no. But I personally feel like maybe in future tense, without outside influences, maybe that could be a really good friendship. I personally like the person, and I just feel like maybe with time, I
The
say time heals all
reason
wounds.
I don't know, because it's like at
Or
this
maybe, I
point, it's a
mean,
continuous thing, and at this point, you're just blocked. And guys, there's nothing wrong with blocking someone. It's not weak energy or none of that. It's perfectly okay to protect your peace at all costs.
well, when Tia was on a few weeks back, so if you've been watching the show, we had Tia Stafford on, who is licensed and trained. And we were talking about the importance of mental health. Go back and watch that show. It's one of my favorite shows. Oh yeah, and pause. At the end of this season, I will be giving my top 5 list of my favorite shows, and that is right now. That's
Yes.
definitely like right at my number one. Watch that show about mental health, please, 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 if you have not. In that show, one thing that I took away and I will keep with me from when she was on here, she talked about creating boundaries. And you have to create boundaries that are beneficial to you. And no one can tell you what's best for you but you. So I can't tell you, they can't tell you, no one can tell you what's best for you than you. So if you feel as if that's what's necessary, then do what's necessary for you. Um, but life goes on. And
I mean, I wish
sometimes,
them best, but
well, I
you
mean,
want to be a
sometimes
part of my
in
life.
different stages of your life, you have different friends, and it doesn't mean any that you love them any less. It's just in different stages you have different friendships. So Let me tell y'all my stance on this being friends with exes, honey. Get on in here, share, like, comment, because it's about to get real transparent.
Damn,
So
it's
originally, look, my nose is. I wish I could see who is.
watching.
Okay, I kind of. Okay, I can. I can see what I want. I see what I need to see. So originally, when I first was planning this show, it was my great idea to invite one of my exes onto the show. That was going to be the secret surprise guest. I gotta watch my words carefully. Los knows why I'm watching my words carefully. Um, because that was my example of you can definitely be friends with an ex. And I'm gonna tell you why you can, but I'm also gonna tell you why you can't with another example. Um, that particular relationship. Well, let me give you the shorter versions first. Now, the reasons I think that you cannot, it depends on how your relationship ended. If you feel as if you have moved on in life, you're in a different headspace, you're in a different, don't revisit old things. Okay. If you feel as if it's gonna pull you back into a place that you have escaped out of, maybe don't go back. If you feel if any way you were disrespected or you were used or you were abused, do not go back to it. Really, for real. I'm trying to save you. We don't want any domestic violence situations or whatever. Because sometimes when you go back to things that are familiar, you go back into something God has saved you and delivered you out of. Now, with with my situation, I feel like, let me see here. What's the song? I would have never thought in a million years. Let me give me some background music. You laughing at me, Lowe's?
Yes.
So, because I'm trying to get RL and Deborah Cott said we can't be friends because we used to be lovers. This is my jam right here, by the way. But I dated this one guy in college. I'll go to that one before I get to the meat of the situation. I did this one guy in college, and he made a comment to me that has stuck with me, and that's another reason why I want to do this show. Now, I would never ask him to be on here, God, but he told me when we were breaking up, because I said, okay, well, and I'll just say his first name. I was like, okay, well, Greg, we can be cool. We can be kosher. We can be, friends, right? We can go back. We just be friends. And he was like, no, absolutely not. You can't go back to being friends with somebody you once loved. It's going to be too hard to just remain in the friend box when you were more at one point in time. And so I respected that, and we kind of went our separate ways. We tried to keep um, connection, but through the years, we just kind of fizzled out. So from time to time, we'll check on each other, but nothing more than like a happy birthday or something like that. That's about it. And I don't even think we've done that in the last few years. So I had this one relationship. I'll go way back. So um, we dated in high school. Everything from what I perceived relationships to be, then everything was fine. Everything was pretty much perfect. No.
See, you probably saw it.
I know I should just look directly in the camera and not look at the comment section. Sorry, it's one of my YouTube watchers. Anywho, so I met this guy in high school. It was, like I said, for what I knew relationships to be at the time, it was great. And one thing I really loved about it was in high school, there's a lot of pressure to do a lot of things, and not just sex, but just pressure in general. Peer pressure is crazy. And I never once felt that. He was very much a gentleman. Everything was kosher. Um, the ending of the relationship wasn't bad. It was literally a logistics. He was moving to one state, and at the time, I was moving to another state. And we thought it best to just kind of fizzle out. It was never an official breakup moment. It just kind of fizzled out. So I had no problem remaining friends because I wasn't disrespected. I didn't get cheated on. It was never a bad thing. It was tough and hard because you're seeing this person move on with their life and you're trying to move on with your life, but whatever. So we both move on with our lives at some point in time. And life goes on. It was very easy to be, like I said, it was very easy to be friends. Whoo, child. So we ended up rekindling um the relationship. We ended up rekindling the relationship. Um, we were there for each other during different kind of times of our lives. And we try to rekindle it as more mature adults. And I think in that moment, it was an unspoken thing, but you can love somebody and grow in different directions. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing per se. Um, so in the process of that, needless to say, we broke up again. And after the second breakup, I had a different perspective. Now, had you asked me this, if we would have been having this conversation 3 years ago, Carlos, I would have said absolutely not. You cannot be friends with an ex. Because 3 years ago, about this time, it was a fresh breakup, and I felt like I had put my all into something, even when outside forces were like, "Why would you do that?" And not the outside forces. Let me be honest. The outside forces were not on my end. The outside forces were actually like some of his friends and some of his family members. And so I was in this whole trying to like prove everybody wrong, fight for my love. And I was like, damn, am I in here fighting by myself? So at some point in time, it was just like, it was too much. On both parts, I think it was a lot of stress on him too. I'll just walk in the timeline. So 3 years ago today, this conversation would have been totally different. No, you can't be friends. But I will say in those 3 years, we've had some very meaningful conversations. One thing about the quarantine, I think, because at one point in time I was working a job that required me to work a week on and be a week off. I contemplated a lot of things. So I went through a distance relationship that was kind of like a failed relationship. So I'm like, okay, is it me? So I reached out to this particular ex, and we had some very serious conversations. And I just asked like, what type of a girlfriend was I? And he told me, and why did things really end? And he told me. So I felt like he had a lot of stress on him in the relationship that I had no idea. I had no clue, and he felt a lot of pressure to be almost perfect. It was just a lot, and I feel like in the process of both of us growing up and maturing and having conversations, we realized that we could still have a friendship because the love for one another never changed. It's just our lives were going in different directions. So a relationship didn't work out, but because at the core of it, there was friendship. And once we look back on it, we had been friends longer than either one of the relationships with each other lasted. So it was almost natural to be a friend. Like I will forever be, unless I feel disrespected or, you know, if it interferes with a current relationship. If I'm in a current relationship and the person feels as if like that's disrespectful to my relationship, then of course we'd have to, whatever. But I feel, but I mean, I still have love for the person. I really want them to be all the things that God wants for him. I feel like he's a great person. I feel like he has a lot of great things to offer. And I feel like sometimes people don't always see that. So I feel like that it just depends for me personally on the whole friendship with the ex. I think it depends on how things ended and future tense where things are going. And sometimes, to be completely honest with you, some of the relationships that we involve ourselves in, we should have never gotten in the beginning. Now, not in that case. Like I feel like that was a good. That was. I mean, that's my little boo. Like I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, in other cases, in other scenarios, like for example, I was trying to be good tonight. You know they watching, Los.
I know. Hey.
Jesus. Y'all. I said we were friends forever. I just said I'm glad. This is why I didn't give you the Facebook link right now. This is why you over in YouTube land. I said I
Oh
just did I
God,
not say
you
people will watch
did. You
this and
said
have
it.
a friend. I just said that we'll be friends forever. This not gonna anyway. And I'm trying to keep my composure. This is gonna be one of the I might delete this episode. Because
Nah, nah, nah. We gotta keep this one up.
Los is showing out and YouTube comment is showing out. Mr. YouTuber is showing out. So um made me forget. Okay, for example, sometimes people get into stuff that they should have never gotten into in the beginning. I'll give you a case in point. One time when I was, and out of respect for people when they get into like relationships or people that get married and things like that, I'll try to keep. It's been very hard to not saying names. I'm trying to not say a name. So this was back in my youth ministry days. And I was still in college. I started I got involved with this guy, but at first it didn't even start as a relationship. Not for me, at least. That wasn't my goal. I was just trying to get some keyboard lessons. For those of you that know, I used to play keys. At the time, I was still currently playing at it. Like at my home church, I was a youth leader, but I would sometimes play keyboard. So I was actually, we bonded over the music. So in the process, we I'm trying to block this anyway. In the process, we started talking, boom, we started dating, whatever. And the person, pastor came to me and they gave me this kind of story about them and their husband and how, sometimes you should just be friends with people, blah, 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 blah. And because they said that, I did keep that in the back of my mind. But, like when you're head over heels, you ain't trying to hear all that. And on paper, it didn't logically make sense. Even though I was in college, I was bringing more to the table than they were. Okay, even my mom. Now, y'all, if you are watching this tonight and you know my mom, you have to know I love my mom to pieces. Don't get me wrong, but me and her are polar opposites. So she came in, and I will never forget this day. When I would go to college, like a week or so before, because where I went to college is only like an hour and a half from where I live, maybe an hour and 45. We would drive down, take care of all like the money aspect, like whatever my balance was, we would go ahead and take care of that. I would get my books or whatever. That way, first week of school, I'm not running around looking crazy. So I go and I get down to we get down to Pembroke. We go to the office. We find out, okay, my scholarships took care of this, grants took care of this. This is what I got to pay out of pocket. Boom. We drive. If you've been to Pembroke, you know this is not a far drive from the campus to where the club. And I'm like, all right, let's get out the car because me and my mom had a joint account at the time. So I forgot how it was set up, but I needed her to, take care of the business part. It was my money in the account, but it was her like name on the account. So I kind of needed her to like, go and sign some paperwork and get this cashier's check out here to the college. So she is like not getting out the car, y'all. She is like, I'm like, what is the problem? So we're having this conversation about, she gives me this whole speech, y'all, about being equally yoked. Okay, now y'all know on the show, I'm trying not to preach, but it is what it is. And she was talking about how she just didn't feel like the person, we were on the same level. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, they're a good person and this, and then, so you got to know my mama because she looked at me and she said, "Are they?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they are." So at this point in time, now I'm defensive, and so because I'm like, "Oh, she just don't want me in this relationship," blah 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 blah. And so I finally convinced her to get the check for my college for the semester, because she was like, her whole thing was she wasn't gonna waste. If I'm gonna throw my life away with this, ain't no need wasting money on that. So you have to know my mama to know. Like this is why Los is laughing so hard because she literally, I'm sugarcoating the conversation. So we go on campus, y'all. Why is it every fine nigga that I know is on campus?
Yes. Well, all right. Guess we're gonna pause in the story time real quick. Um, so yeah, comment section. I guess give us some more opinions. What are you guys' opinions on being friends with your ex, and why not, or why? And y'all not gonna leave me hanging tonight. Y'all can talk to me. Where's my people? Yeah, where bro them at tonight? Hey, Wit, what's your opinion? How do you feel about being friends with exes? Hey, Paris. Hey, there we go. What's your opinions on being friends with exes? Agree. Whenever you're in a relationship, at some point they got to go. Yeah, I think it definitely has to do with that. Now, if you're single, it's okay, but yeah, once you get into a relationship, if who you're with definitely feels as if it's disrespectful, you definitely gotta chuck up the deuces and be like, all right, you out. And I agree that yeah, there definitely has to be boundaries in those friendships. Whenever you're having friendships with your exes, there definitely has to be a boundary because if there isn't, they just gonna expect it, and when they don't get it, they're definitely going to be angry or try to pressure you into it. So if they can't respect the boundaries, they got to go. We got four more people out here. Who else ain't talk? Y'all can talk to me. Um, let's see. And being on the, have any of you guys ever been on the flip side of that, having to let go of a friendship because someone else was in a relationship? School going pretty good. You know, we almost at graduation. We're at the finish line. I just registered for my last class for the summer. Whoop, whoop. Class of 22. We in here. Right, right. Got to turn up. I'm excited. Um, let's see. Y'all give me some more topics. We can just have a little conversation with us in the comment section. Where the rest of the comment section at? Y'all usually be jumping. Some of y'all must have gotten Facebook jail after that after last week. Not looking at me, duh. Oh. Um, hey Hannah, how's the marriage life going? And what is your opinion on being friends with exes? Especially speaking from a newly married perspective. Yeah, my sister got married. There we go. All right, y'all hang tight. DJ Kels coming back in the building.
Lowe's, I don't know what in the world just happened. I don't know. Not all my people was on while I wasn't here.
Right.
Well, I'm not going through them traumatic stories again. Y'all got to watch that from the beginning. Oh, did my
Right. No
okay,
friends.
so I'll say it
That's
like
right.
I can talk a little more freely. So basically, for those who missed the first little story, so my original special guest was actually going to be one of my exes, who, thank the Lord, had to work tonight. So if you go back and watch from the beginning, ooh, if you missed tonight, go back and watch from the beginning, but watch it on YouTube, and then you can see his his commentating. But thank God his break is over, so he is back at work. But I was saying, for the aspect of yes, you can be friends with the ex, but I also did give an example of the ones you can't too. If you feel as if you've been disrespected, you've been belittled, you've been used, you've been physically, emotionally, sexually, whatever type of abuse. Hell no, leave them people alone. They never loved you in order to be a friend. In order to still be friends with somebody, there has to be a mutual level of respect, love, and boundaries. And if you got kids or something, then maybe you got to be like kosher, to do that, to co-parent or whatever. But I feel like you can still be friends. It just matters, but you have to set those boundaries. So I was given a story about this person I probably should have never dated. And my mama was not feeling it. And so, like I was telling people, she was almost not about to pay for my semester that year at college. Okay, that's not funny, Carlos. Y'all have to notice too. It was like my junior year. So, girl, what you mean we about to cut this check? Like, literally, we at the credit union in the parking lot. Like, she not trying to get this cashier's check, and I need my semester paid. So, basically, I had to tell her I was gonna break up with a person. Okay, Whitley, that's good advice, but I didn't want to hear that back in 2009-ish, 2010, whatever. So when I go up we go to the school because it's literally down the street. Got check in hand. I done had to basically promise to like break up the person, but y'all know how that go. I wasn't really gonna break up, but anywho, so we got the check. We walking down the hall, and my mama she gave me this speech about, and this is a serious note. Because okay, you have to understand the tone she was saying it in at first, it was almost like an argument. But once I calmed myself down, because see, we both was here and here. So once I calmed down a little bit, I could hear what she was saying.
Y'all on that candy, bring it on.
Yeah, she probably told me to bring it on down too. So she basically gave me this whole talk about like self-esteem and how sometimes when we don't feel like we deserve good, or we don't feel like there's somebody out there that meets all of our qualifications. I was like, nah, I mean, they're a good person. They just need a little work. She was like, girl, you ain't a contractor. This ain't no fixer upper. Like, what are you doing? And my mama tells me all the time that I'm not a social worker. That is like, I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says I'm not a social worker. Cause she promised, like, I'm glad she ain't in the comment section tonight. Cause she would probably put in the comment section, you are not a social worker. Because I'm forever trying to fit somebody's life. Like, my name is Ayana. So in the process of her giving me the speech, I was like, no, it's not that. And at the time, like, I didn't have like no self-esteem issues at the moment. So I was like, no, it's not that. I mean, no. So we get on campus. I got this check in hand, thank the Lord. And we're walking down the hall to go pay it, right? Tell me why football practices had already started. So all my guy friends are like, hey, Kelsey, and they're going up to me and give me a hug. And my mama looked like, see? And she literally goes, well, that's a nice young man. Who is that? And I'm like, Mom, this is so-and-so. We're just friends. And so we go, and then I see one of those guys, y'all. Oh! Hey, Mom.
Hey.
So then, and she probably remembers the story. So this was a guy. He was kind of light-skinned, close haircut, whatever. We're walking some more. I see this one dude, and he was friends with one of my old roommates. And he's like African, just sexy chocolate, right? And he comes up to me and gives me a hug. And I'm like, okay, y'all, this is bad timing. And so my mom goes in this whole spiel with me about making sure you find somebody that matches not just where you currently are, but where you're going. And I think a lot of times we get into situations that we never had to get into. Now, in that case and scenario, me and that particular person that I was dating, that I did eventually break up with, y'all. I did, before that semester was over, too. Before that semester was over, I did eventually break up. And honestly, to this day, and that's why I'm trying not to say no names, one of, not like best friend, I don't talk to them like that. Clarify that. But if I see the person, there's no animosity. Like, you don't have to be friends with a person to still be cool with a person. And honestly, we work in similar industries, so I can work alongside that person, and I know them like the back of my hand. They know me. Like, we can work together, and we can do business together. But no. So sometimes some of these people that you can still be friends with, the reason you can still be friends with is because you should have always just been friends with them.
Yeah.
There are some people that we get into relationships with that, truth be told, y'all saw all the flags, orange, red, yellow, all them flags. Y'all saw all them colors, and you kept right on going.
Thought I was on a roller coaster.
I'm right here, woo! Woo! You know what I'm saying? Like, but there are people that you can, after the relationship ends, you can still be cool with. But I'm not telling you to be. Listen, if the relationship was toxic, the friendship is going to be toxic too. And you have to also, I think the key factor into these friendships with exes is, what is everybody's motive?
Right.
Like, is the motive really like, hey, you were a cool person, I'm sorry I messed up, we can still be cool? Or is the motive, I'm still trying to get back with you? Now, that's another reason, truth be told, that I'm kind of glad that my special guest didn't come back on, because it's like, I'm cool with just being a friend, but I know you because we've dealt with each other for so long. I ain't trying to be back with you. And so I think sometimes it's the motive behind it. Like, are you just trying to be friends with this ex because it's cool? We're just trying to be cool. We're just trying to be friends. We have so much history. We have, more good times and bad times. Or is your motive, let's build this friendship because I'm trying to slide back in there? Like,
Right.
it just really depends. But honestly, too, if you have moved on and you're in a relationship, you need to make sure that that friendship with that ex is not disrespectful to where you're going and what you have, because you don't need your past to derail you from your destiny and your future. And that's what oftentimes happens, is because you over here got chemistry with your ex, and now your current sees that and they're like, hello. So I think when we're in these situations, you have to be mindful of, and ask, if you're currently dating or you're married, you need to ask your partner how it feels. And let me tell you this: if you have to sneak, creep, hide a text, erase a message, then that friendship shouldn't be going on. If you have to hide it, then it's
cheating. You
well,
gotta
it
hide
doesn't
something
necessarily
from who
mean
you in the relationship with.
you're
Is cheating.
cheating, but I think that it opens the door to it. Your face is priceless right now. You're aggravating.
I mean, think
Y'all,
about it though.
for
Like, if you
those,
can't have that open communication with who you with, like,
well, and then to sometimes, I mean, I think different circumstances for different, like, it just depends on the circumstance and the situation. Because it just depends on why, yet again, going back to motive, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you hiding what you're hiding
exactly.
or whatever? So that is our spill tonight on being friends with exes. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you missed it, please go back from the beginning and watch it. If you want just stay on, you can watch it on Facebook actually. But if you want to watch it on YouTube, there's more commentating on the YouTube version of that. Lowe's, how do you all right, so DJ Kels and Friends fans, I am actually gonna take a week or so break, but we will be back. So when y'all see the March lineup, you will be very excited. I'm gonna give y'all some spoiler alerts for those of you who are still on here. I have a new business partner that is gonna be one of my featured guests. And if you've been watching my Facebook and Instagram stories, you already know I left in the other room. But I got some new merch coming out, and it will be available to you guys. So we're working on that. Cat's out the bag.
DJ Kels, gang.
Yeah, so I mean, everything from like dad hats, book bags, t-shirts, hoodies, joggers, like literally a whole line. I'm
And it's
working on
good
that.
quality. It's good quality.
Good quality stuff. And oh well, yeah, I gotta get you your stuff so you can we'll talk because I'm see you this weekend. But anyway, yeah, so DJ Kels, and I'm gonna get some DJ Kels and Friends stuff for y'all to be watching and whatnot. I got some of y'all that I need to talk to anyway to get some lineups for some things in the works. We got some good people. I got some good talent coming. I'm trying not to speak too soon before everybody locks in their dates. I got some good business people coming on that have their own businesses. I have some that can help you with if you're watching and you have a business and you're trying to market your business or you're trying to strategize. I got some good people for that. One lady I've been in communication with does some life coaching. I'm trying to tell y'all without telling y'all everything, but the March lineup, when I get it up, y'all be looking for it. And also to support my graphics guy, Art by Charlie, if you're on Instagram. Good dude with good quality, quick turnaround, and legit. Because sometimes when y'all dealing with people that are on social media with their businesses, you have to be kind of yeah, we got a lot going on, but it's the way Los just look.
Sorry, y'all. It's my roommates in the background. They're doing a lot.
They are doing a lot tonight. That's why I started playing background music at one point. Well, currently. But y'all, one more time, because I know y'all didn't hear me what I said earlier. Don't Los got a cute little glow tonight. Look at that glow. Turn to the side. Turn to the other side. Turn the other way.
Thanks to my sunflower. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's the name?
Yeah. That's the name we're gonna go with tonight.
I like that. Sunflower. Well, thanks, Sunflower. Got my brother glowing. Cute little. I'm glad that's what you went with. Y'all have to know. We gotta do an after show. Because Los was going through, I was like, no, don't do that. No, don't say that. Don't call that girl that. Like, don't, no. I like that. You came up with that on your own and you did good. Because, yeah. All right, y'all. Until next time, we out. This is. You're aggravating. Oh, let me end the podcast. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching. See y'all next go round.